Hello everyone and welcome back to Sub-Second F1. Today we are looking at F1 Fantasy and some tips on how to set up your team. And for the first weekend of the season, obviously we know nothing, absolutely nothing about the cars. We only at the moment anyway. This was still in the launch season. Only the other day was the Red Bull. They're all coming next week in the first week of March, I believe it is. So that will be very good. And so F1 Fantasy, how do you set it up? What do you do? Obviously, first of all, you need to create an F1 Fantasy account. This is all powered by Play On, so shout out to them. You have a budget of 100 million here, and to pick six slots, 5 drivers, 1 constructor, and you can turbocharge a driver, so they score double the points, but they have to be, I think it's less than 16 million in here, I think, for them to be turbocharged now. You get a mega driver who can score times 3 points, and a wild card subs bank of 15 changes. You can have up to 3 teams. This is the second team here. I've only made 2, so I'm gonna go through some possible combinations you can go for. What I like to do is pick the constructor first. Obviously, you've got the choices here. You've got Mercedes are the most expensive, all the way down with Haas being the cheapest. Now, you've got to think about it logically. You can either go big on Mercedes and skimp on drivers, or you go middle of the road, go big on drivers. So I think you've got to look at it. So for example, we'll go with Mercedes. That's the constructor. So then we're left with 4 drivers, and we have 62 million between 4 drivers. Where you need to average 12 million per driver. So I would go with someone. If this was me, I would go with probably Charles Leclerc here, giving you 11 million left per driver. And then I would also then pick someone cheap. I'll go with probably Mick Schumacher. It's probably a good option. Also George Russell is probably still a good option. So now I've got 2 drivers for 33 million, so I can do 16.5 million on each. So that gives me, I can do Vettel and Alonso and have a solid team there. And I think I can turbocharge any of these because they're all under 20 mil. So we'll win there. And we've covered all bases. We've got a dominant constructor in Mercedes. We've got the Ferrari of Leclerc. That could be very strong. Leclerc was obviously very good last season, so that's there. You got Vettel and the Aston Martin, king of the midfield. They were very there. George Russell for his qualifying points on the Saturday. I think you get points for Saturdays if I remember correctly. I can't remember, unless they've changed it for this year. Then Alonso, he's always very strong. And Schumacher, in the Haas, it could be a bit of a surprise. F2, you never really know what's going to happen with them. And then there's like hundreds of combinations you could do. This was the original team I built. Mercedes, and I had Red Bull and the Red Bull of Verstappen in there. Just because I think having a Red Bull and a Mercedes, you guaranteed points most of the time. And hopefully the positive points from these two will cancel out any negatives that the remaining 4 do. So if Schumacher or Russell or Tsunoda or Vettel has a DNF, the points are cancelled out, so you don't really lose as much. Also, keep an eye on the track. This is something you need to make sure you regularly update it. I think you can only update it up until Saturday. I think you can have a look at. I think Friday you can still update it, and then Saturday, that's it. That's the deadline. Before qualifying, it needs to be all locked in. Make sure you do it. I done the fantasy last season and completely forgot to update my team choices. So I was having Ferrari at Monza and stuff, so it was totally ruining it. Another good thing about this is there are prizes to be won. There are prizes available to be won from F1 Fantasy. You win Paddock Club, F1 tickets for the top 3 basically. So there's that. That's always nice. But yeah, it should be very good. I'll create a league and I'll do an update video. I'll be doing this. This will be a regular series. So I'll be doing little tips and tricks on who to change out, when to change, who are the big scorers, and just keeping an update on the leagues that are going on. So that's another thing. So we'll save this team. And you get your 3 teams here. For leagues, then you go to leagues, and you can either join with a code. So you go put in the lobby first, and then you can just pick a league. So if I wanted to join the Red Bull League, but I'm already signed to another team. So let's say the F1 Global League. You can add up to some leagues can only add 2 teams, some can add 3. This is the triple entry league, so you can do 3. Other leagues in double entry leagues and single entry leagues, team leagues as well, but you can only join one of them. Countries as well, so there's that. Or if your friends have a code, join with a code. We'll create a league. I'll create a league, and the code will be in the description, or no, it'll be the pinned comment. So that'll be good. And we'll see with whoever gets the most points gets the most points. I'll look at the point scoring now. What gains points? Yeah, you do get points for qualifying, as I suspected. Q1, 1 point. Q2, 2 points. Qualify ahead of teammate. Drive only 2 points. Did not qualify. Disqualification -10. That's a bit harsh, to be honest. And this is why you go for the Verstappens and the Mercedeses of the world, because you're guaranteed at least 10 or 19 points per a weekend already. And if you turbo drive at one of them, 4 points. Points for finishing the race, 1 there in the points, and all that. Negatives, disqualification, and retirement, which I think is a bit harsh. So this one, I want to keep an eye on. Start the race within the top 10, but finish the race, but lost positions as well. That's harsh. Finishing positions, you just get race points. Streaks, I think this is new. If I remember correctly. I can't remember if this was in last year or not. But top 5 in a row. That's Mercedes again. These are points to be had here. And yeah, these are Mercedes and Red Bull territory. But that will be that for this this video. We'll keep an eye on the tips and tricks on this series, and I will create a league, and we'll see some people in there. If you've enjoyed this and find this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more about this and more going on in the world of the F1 fantasy. And don't forget to join the league in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.